In the year of Lucius Licinius Lucullus, Rome was prosecuting several wars of self-defense, most notably in Greece, where Lucullus himself was commanding the legions. With everyone's gaze directed at the provinces, few could have known that a seemingly inauspicious event in Rome would become the central fulcrum around which the fate of the Republic would turn. The paterfamilias of a venerable patrician house had passed away unexpectedly, and a senator by the name of Vitellius Scaevola had made a bid for the hand of his eldest child. His widow alone believed that Scaevola had poisoned her husband and now strove to take his place and claim his property through marriage. Acting in secret, the widow arranged for her youngest child to be taken out of their villa in the dead of night and smuggled out of Rome.
Did you hear me, Domine? Your body is surely present, but your mind seems somewhere else. Our departure was very sudden, I know. But do not dwell on the past. Better to focus on what's coming at you. I asked the Triarchus how close we are to Lesbos, but he would not give me a straight answer. We had no choice. Whether you like it or not, Rome is your home no longer. It is up to you, however, to... Will you check with the Triarchus? Hopefully he will give you a clearer answer. He told me his name is Geminus. You do have a way of speaking to people's emotions. You should also go and thank Quintus Aquilinus. I do believe he saved our lives with his timely appearance at the villa. Do not worry. The Vitellius brother, besides, you cannot save them by worrying. Focus on the task ahead. Thank you for bringing me along. It will be wonderful to see my homeland again.
You found your sea legs quickly, Domine.
You handle the sea better than most. I'm glad. The timing was fortunate, but there is no need to thank me. The consul sent me to get you. Please, call me Kaiser, if it's not too familiar. With all due respect, I'd better not. Ah, she did not keep you apprised. Your mother has secretly been making arrangements. You are to join his command staff as tribunus. Don't worry. It's a purely ornamental position. It will prepare you well. You'll not see combat, nor will you make any important decisions. You'll be safe, as your mother wanted. That is certainly not what your mother wants for you, but I have one word of advice. I know Lucullus is a friend of your family, but remember, he is the consul. Elected, it's best if you don't act too familiar with him in front of his men. For many years I was the primus pilus of Legio Prima Italica, which he commands. He needed someone he could trust to get... That position has already been filled by one of my centuriones. A good man. My job now is to watch your back and help you settle into your new life. Happy to be at your service. I had a brief talk with that gladiator who boarded before us, just to make sure he won't give us any trouble. He seems to have vanished, though. He's here to become a tribunus as...
Solway.
I heard he's running from a senator who wants him dead.
Shh! Keep your voice down! It is a pleasure. I am Gaius Julius Caesar. Not at all. But keep it, I was born in Rome, but they say my family is from Alba Longa. That's a long story, my friend. Suffice to say, the powers that be are not fond of me. I have decided that staying in Rome could be... To be honest, this will be my first proper battle. I did study a lot, though, and therefore I am well versed in matters of... If you don't play an important part, you will be torn apart. My father used to say. I guess that was his way of telling me to be brave and hopefully not stupid.
What is he looking for?
He's been like this all morning.
What? Yes, Geminus. So, I'm a little preoccupied. Thank you. I work hard to keep her in good condition. We should be at our destination just after midday, so please enjoy... Wait. Ah, shit. They're headed straight towards us. They're gonna ram!
Get your father's weapons. Let's see if you can actually fight. Gaius, are you all right?
I'm fine, Centurio.
Form up! Let's get these pirates off our ship! Now do it again!
I didn't see that one coming.
Where's that gladiator who boarded with us?
Up there!
Never underestimate the value of an impressive entrance.
Deadly with that thing.
I've lived other lives before this one.
This is not the end.
I am hurting in entirely new places.
one more left! Come on! We can do this! Back to Neptune's asshole, barbarians!
The Triarch has run us straight into the pirate ambush, Spearman. Allow me to execute him right here and right now. This traitor must be working with them. Don't be naive. This was no random attack.
It is quite unusual for pirates to attack any ship. They prefer to attack lightly defended coastal...
Well, let's go talk to them.
Geminos, you steered us into hate.
What do you have to say for yourself?
Silence! You utter nonsense! By Ma.
We cannot execute a man based on no evidence. Besides...
What do you say, kid? What do you think we should do?
We are close to our destination, and we can reach it without him. If there is a possibility that he... Mercy, doubt, hesitation. These are all openings that the enemy can...
We are, many of us, important people, on our way to join the action against Lesbos. The Kingdom of Pontus is known to sponsor pirates, to harass and weaken Rome. I do not...
I'm just a humble Canturio. Albeit a particularly well-dressed. Your father's dead. The time to rely on others to make difficult... No tolerance for failure. Very well. Let us hope you will hold yourself to the same standard. Agreed. And you had better remember this.
No, I had no way of knowing, please!
I told you! Keep silent!
Rowers, up the tempo! And keep your eyes open. Gentlemen, welcome to Lesbos, the pearl of the Mediterranean.
An ugly...
An impenetrable fortress of pirates, more like.
We shall find a way to limit this infinite supply then.
You think like an imperator, Gaius. All right, people. This is Lucullus's war camp. The heart of our operation. You've been seaborne for a long time now. I suggest you walk it off. See the things you have to see, and meet the people you have to meet. The consul waits in the command tent. Don't be too late if you...
Domine. I am hungry and my face is wind-burned, but at least both of my feet are planted on solid ground now. To save your life, of course. She firmly believed sending you here was the best course of action. Most great men of Rome have made names for themselves. Such glory can easily be the foundation of a lucrative political career. Besides a good wine, a warm bath, and... Thank you. Dominus Lucius Licinius Lucullus was a close... He is now the closest thing you have to... I would get used to my surroundings and visit the consul as soon as possible. We're here to...
That other legion. Bit wet behind the ears, aren't they?
Everyone starts out that way.
True enough. Soon they'll be veterans too.
Or they'll be dead.
How long are they going to keep us here?
It's driving me crazy too. I came here to kick Mithridates' arse, not to sit on the beach.
Saw Agrippa harassing that old Servus with the limp again.
That small-dicked bully.
This is not going to work, as long as the rebels keep receiving supplies by sea.
We will need to cut their supply lines. It's an operation for our occulta speculatoris.
It'll be tragic.
Don't...
By Jupiter, you sure have grown up, haven't you? This is the promising young man I was telling you about, Thermus.
Quite unassuming, but full of potential, I guess. Prime material for the speculatores, if he can prove himself.
There will be ample opportunities for that, my young ward. A trial by fire is what you need. Now pay attention. We've been in a deadlock here on Lesbos for some time now. My co-consul, Marcus Aurelius Cotta, is engaged against King Mithridates of Pontus in the east.
The fortress of Mytilene here is well protected, but it also has a weakness. There's a
I volunteer for the vanguard. If my uncle can defeat Pontus, I can surely handle Mytilene.
So be it, then. Meanwhile, you will prove yourself as a leader, my young ward. Take Caeso, Quint. You will meet up with Iulius Calidus of my legion Speculatoris. Your mission is to sneak into the harbor and destroy the enemy's ships. I expect you have questions. Prove yourself, and you will be able to name your companions. However, you will want Calidus on your team. If you're worried about your future political prospects, have no fear. We will tell everyone you served as my tribunus. If you are fast, you may yet play a part in that. But for the assault to succeed, you must... That doesn't make what we're doing any less important. Mithridates has a dozen. Regaining control of the Aegaeum Mare is a crucial step. Wait. Are those your father's old weapons? I'm sure they mean a lot to you, but visit my smith Sextus and get yourself...
Solway. Interesting. I shall accept this as a compliment. To the extent of my knowledge and ability, does it matter? For the sake of this discussion, let us say he was a traitor. In the end, we are triumphant and the pirates are dead. The Triarchus, if indeed he worked with them, now know in a war like this, allegiances are rarely about ideology. Indeed, staying in Rome became, shall we say, like you, I've never been to Lesbos before. I did my homework, though, in case you have any questions. Lesbos is one of the most important islands on this sea. Some cartographers call location, I would guess. The island has countless coves and natural harbours for pirate ships to hide in, not to mention the massive fortress in Mytilene. Be that as it may, their position here is superior. Mytilene is right next to the sea, and their fleet brings them supplies constantly. It's a stalemate. Of course. Fascinating, isn't it? The Legion can build a fortified camp like this almost overnight. In my opinion, that is the foundation of Rome's Wait. Listen, you seem trustworthy. I may have need for your help on a rather... That is good to hear. Keep in mind the matter I'm about to mention is rather personal in nature. I've been keeping a detailed account of our journey ever since we left port. Shortly after our arrival, however, the journal went missing. I believe it to be stolen by one of the Centuriones. I have seen a particular man walking out of my tent. As a matter of fact, I have already confronted him and he pretty much admitted his guilt. Pain comes in many forms, physical, emotional, and let us say that some men just enjoy... I'm reasonably sure. The journal might be misplaced, but I find this to be improbable since I write regularly. The Centurio is called Agrippa, I think. He hangs out with his friend. Needless to say, I would like to keep the contents of the journal private. I would appreciate if you'd refrain from reading it. Salve.
Salve, son. Do you need anything? That is unnecessary. I just wish your father could see you like this. He would have been proud. Calm your soul, child. There's nothing to be worried about. No one will dare to harm you as long as I am alive. Lesbos has rebelled against Rome. We call them pirates for political reasons. They are allied with Mithridates, Megas of Pontus. He is without a doubt the most dangerous enemy. We served together under Cornelius Sulla in the Social War. He was the most talented spy I've ever known. I know. You're a natural fit for the Occultus Speculatores. If you're anything like your father, you'll even enjoy it. Pontus is a strong nation. They have conquered Colchis, Cappadocia, and Bithynia. And these conquests have made them bold. Mithridates himself is a fascinating figure. They say he has rendered... My mentor, Cornelius Sulla, defeated him some years ago when he first invaded our province of Asia. Mithridates exploits the ebb and flow of the conflict between the factions of our Senate. He strikes when Rome is divided.
Salve, Legionari. If you're here to get your weapons fixed, you must have me confused with... Was he buried with them? This leather is fossilized. Help yourself to any of the gear on the racks. Take all of it if you need it. I have enough work on my hands right now supplying the consul's Centurione. You'll have to bring your own materials if you want any work done. I've nothing to spare. Salway, did you ruin my good work so soon? Only those who are younger than me. So, yes, a bunch of Balatronés, I'd say. Which one are you asking about? Don't get me started. Maybe you can get it into his skull that I can't forge a battle scythe. There is no such thing, but I've known that man since he was a little runt. He's honest to a fault. Too much honesty, maybe. That half-senile fool was your mentor. That's fine. Need something? A bunch of Balatronés, fine. Need... Salway, did you ruin a bunch of Balatronés, I'd say. Fine. Need some? A bunch of Balatronés, I'd say. Fine. Needs...
Salway. I am called Bestia Tabat indeed. You fight well. I took the spear from the traitorous Triarchus. You should have it. You may ask, and I may answer. Your name is unusual. Bestia is the name I took when I earned my freedom. I chose it because I have fought and defeated many beasts. I was born in Mauritania, but I am a Roman. Until I undertook this voyage, I fought every single day in the arena. But wars, this will be my first. I recommend you to not die. Honor matters little. He who stands tall in the end will always be the winner. They say Lucullus has the greatest military mind in... Then, from what I have heard, we are in good hands. It will be an honor. The punishment for treachery should be death.
Domine.
Salway.
We're in the middle of something, Tribune. What do you want? This? Ah, well, this is priceless. A journal written by Cottage. Why don't you send him back here to beg for it again? I find that highly unlikely. You're like, for this worthless drivel? Now that's a bargain.
Salway, did you ruin a bunch of Balatronese? Fine.
We might be at the wrong spot. There's no one here.
Lucullus is clearly mistaken. If there was some...
That's a very useful skill.
Hey! Don't move!
Calm down. I am Julius Calidus of the Occulta Speculatores of Legio Prima Italica. I presume you are my reinforcements. All right, great Premier. See that warehouse? They store Greek fire there. Unfortunately, the moment we move into that warehouse, they will sound the alarm. So, we should be quick. By the time anyone comes from the city, there's a small camp of sentries just down this hill. If we hit them...
Then the ones inside the warehouse will hear the fighting and...
You have touched the matter with a needle.
Roman soldiers! They're here to steal the fire! To arms! Keep them away from those jars! Mitterrand depends on us! Form up! We'll face them together! A lesson. Let us begin!
Looks like the fishermen from the harbor have come to help.
Follow me! You must try harder. I see them. Let's get those bastards. They're over there. Advance. Just one more! Guys we are beating up?
They really don't want us to get our hands on that Greek fire, do they?
I'm not dying for this. I have a wife and children.
We make a good team. Let's get our hands on that Greek fire before anyone else comes to check on this place.